demonstrating the new style of an high A natural. Is that what we're going to call that? High A flat?
High
A flat on that one?
Is there a high A flat? A G sharp?
I know. There may not be a high A flat, but that was definitely a flat high A. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chanter Rant podcast. My name is Josh. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fusco.
That's me.
And if you didn't know, I'm here to let you know that this show is going to have some language that is not suitable for your mother unless she is Russian, Scottish, German, Irish, American, Canadian, Australian. Sorry, I don't know. Do Chinese grandmothers swear a lot?
Uruguayan?
Yeah, Uruguayan.
Italian.
Afghanistani. Sure. Anyway, it's got bad language. You got 5 seconds to listen to something else. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck. Cunt.
Fuck. Listeners can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, etc., wherever you're served your podcasts. Where do you listen to podcasts, Fusco?
Google Podcasts currently.
That's why I listen to podcasts.
Yeah, I don't know if I love it. I think I might go back to my app.
My main complaint, I do find it to be a useful solution. However, my main complaint would probably be that, like, navigating... Oh, you know what it is? I hate that when you're going through stuff that you're downloaded, you can't hold the episode and then have that automatically bring up the check mark for you to, like, select multiple episodes and delete them. That's, like, a very common thing in applications.
Like hold and delete, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to scroll all the fucking back way up to the top in $10 hit edit, and then scroll down and fucking check all the ones.
The app is not the most brilliant, which is surprising for Google.
Yeah, but say user experience, user interface, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but
what in the literal fuck? But yeah. So anyway, review us on one of those apps, whether they have intuitive ways for deleting downloaded episodes or not, and we will send you a sticker.
You know what annoys me about Google Podcasts?
What's that, bud?
Is what I like to do is I listen to various different podcasts at different speeds. So, like, Rabs, I listen at, like, 2 times speed because, God forbid, Jesus Christ, man, get on with the news. But when you select the speed, it goes to everything. Like, I can't, like, for music podcasts, I want to listen at 1.0 because I want to hear what they're actually playing for real.
Do you not consider Rab's podcast to be a music podcast?
What I mean is when they're playing music. And no.
Oh.
But
shots fucking
But if
fired.
it's just people talking, like, I want to hear that faster because I don't need to, like, people talk so fucking slow sometimes. Like, get to the fucking point, man. Land the goddamn plane. But yeah, no, it applies to all. But my app that I use, each podcast you choose saves which speed you do it at, which I think is incredible.
That's pretty impressive.
Use?
The other app I use, I'd have to look. I don't remember the name of it. It's some, like, random app. But
Fusco, I'd like us to buy the domain name before Joe Brady can for podhub.com.
What would that do?
It would just be a free podcasting service where all the branding looked like it was Pornhub.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, just the orange and black, you know.
It's called Podcast Republic.
Podcast Republic. Oh, okay.
And that's such a great feature. Everyone is separate, and yeah, I don't know.
See, that's what I tell people when they say that we live in a podcast democracy. I say, no, we actually live in a podcast republic.
Yeah.
Kelly,
we actually live in a representative podcast republic. But thank you for playing our game.
Kelly, do you have a podcast listen app of choice?
I like Podbean.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
It's so old.
It is old.
It looks like an RSS feed from 1999.
It is old, but I haven't found one that I like because I tried Google and hated it.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm like, all right, I'll figure it out. But right now I'm just stuck with it.
I mean, we're barely through the show opening and we're already off the rails. But I am curious, what podcast does what does MLK listen to?
Yeah.
What are your top 2 podcasts? Top 3 podcasts? I mean, we'll say top 2 because obviously number 1 is Chanter Rant. So what are number 2 and number 3?
So I listened to a few, nothing too drastic, but of course you guys. I do listen to Podlander Drunkcast, which is an Outlander drunken.
I've heard of this before. Yeah,
I think I listened
to it. Which I love.
It's women, right?
There's a guy in there, but yes.
I believe I've listened. I believe I've heard of this. I don't believe I've listened to it.
You mean like a guy and like Brad Kent is a guy?
Oh Lord.
Is that what you mean by that?
I don't know them on a personal level.
I think Beer Boy is too butch for Outlander.
He's yeah. Brad is not that gay. I mean,
so
he's gay,
lots
but not that
of lots of murder mystery type stuff. I love true crime.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to one that's the Long Island murders right now. That is badass. But yeah, and then a lot of NPR, like regular reoccurring NPR shit. I listen to over and over and over constantly when I can't get it when I'm driving, which I don't do very much of anymore. Because I'm either working at home or drunk.
Yeah,
so
because you keep getting drunk and leaving your keys at my house.
Well, I have a spare set for a reason.
Well, that's fucking thinking ahead, Jim.
Question for you, Kelly. Have you ever listened to the podcast called Serial?
Yes.
The first season was amazing.
Yeah.
The second season, not so good.
I didn't listen to the second one.
They actually cut it off halfway through because they got. It was a military. It was a guy that. It's a long fucking story, but military related. They ended up not finishing it. Never finished it. Just cut off in the middle of nowhere. You're like, fuck, whatever. They just stopped doing it.
Serial.
They were told no. All right, no more.
So same question, Sco. What stuff do you listen to? What's in your regular podcast?
My
digest?
regular podcast listens every day or very often is of course Chanter Rant #1. I love to jerk off to my own voice.
Which is weird because I don't listen to the show.
No, I'm kidding.
He doesn't.
Totally don't.
Neither one of you fuckers listen to it because if you did, you wouldn't be doing it right now.
Correct. I would not.
You would have gone a long time ago. This is ridiculous.
Let me tell you the occasions. The occasions where I listen to a Chanter Rant episode is when I have to edit something.
That's it.
It's in the episode. Like if I'm not editing it, I'm not listening to it.
Okay.
Although, every once in a while,
I don't have to
listen.
Well, if I black the fuck out, I'll go back and listen because I'm like, oh god, what did I do? But I haven't done that in a while. It's been 50 or so episodes before I didn't remember the episode.
We're gonna fix that shit today.
Right.
Hey, you know what I bet would be really funny is using Fusco's strategy of speeding it up and putting on just the shock compilation. Fast.
Well, we'll find out because that audio is about to come out on Monday, right?
Yeah, it's already done. I actually
edited and ready to go.
That was
edited and ready to
beautiful,
go.
by the way.
Dude, it's funny because this kind of let me get through the rest of the open.
Sorry, I'll
and then we'll get in because this goes in nice. So you can review the show if you learned anything from that conversation. You can send us emails and voicemails. We play it on air. We have some today. You can like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you're Australian, Snapchat. More importantly, become a patron at patreon.com/chanterrant. It is the best way to support the show. And you can also get merch at chanterrant.com. We are updating the merch. I keep talking about it every fucking episode, but I kind of think it might be cool. And I've put this out to the Discord because that's like our secret circle.
There's like 7 people in there, but
yeah.
It's not a wide range. But
so I'm gathering interest around this, but as I'm looking for other opportunities for us to stream and put out behind the scenes stuff for patrons, I was wondering if anyone would actually be interested if I did a 30-minute stream of hey, I'm going to make 5 pieces of merch in 30 minutes, and you can see basically how I do it and what my process is and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody would give a shit.
What was the response? Because I saw you post a question.
A couple people said, fuck yeah. I mean, the people that would tune in if it was, to watch us read a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there were those guys.
Which I also
Let's go
considered.
read the phone book.
Yeah.
Live at 7.
I also considered for content
trust me, I've
stuff.
thought about it.
Yeah, I thought for content stuff. I was like, man, what if I just what if we got Fusco shit-faced and streamed him reading Highlander erotica?
Fanfic of Outlander, but erotica.
You in your kilt, and we'll buy a series of $4 per book Highlander erotica, and do a whole video series of you fucking reading. People would pay to see that.
Oh God, yes.
People are crazy.
Be hysterical.
But anyway,
all the Ren Fair lunatics would eat that shit up.
I fucking digress.
Watch it.
Become a patron. We have a new, sort of new patron. Shout out to Dan Aiken. He unsubscribed by accident, he says. And he was wondering why he wasn't getting notifications. But he's back now. Welcome back, Dan.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple people, I think we talked about it in the last episode, who I believe only subscribed so they could shock us.
Yeah, we got a few of those. I'm surprised Matt Willis didn't subscribe at that point just to shock us.
To shock us? I haven't heard from him in a while.
A couple of our enemies.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while. I don't know how.
I haven't heard from him since I fucking blasted him.
I'm about to say.
Shocker.
Yeah, I'm about to say. You haven't heard from him since you and Ozzy tore him to pieces. Without hesitation. But we'll get him back to tell you guys to go fuck yourself.
We should get him back.
Yeah.
I haven't actually attempted to reach out to him. I see him on, I have Skype up because I teach a lot and stuff, and I always see him his green light's always on. The guy works. I give him that. He's probably making a great living. One of the most frustrating things I've ever dealt with is people that come either to me or the dojo, whatever. And
Fusco, auto open.
This is not. Yeah. You know what really fucking sticks a practice chanter in my old bunghole?
We crossed it off the list.
Is when people come to me personally or dojo wise, and this is nothing. This is not an official statement by the dojo in any way, shape, or form. When they like reference, oh well, Matt Willis said blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, you're one of those. You're one of those guys. It's the same as like jerk number 3 from YouTube said taught me this way. Like, and that was actually what I was gonna go with as my opener was, don't learn from YouTube, motherfuckers.
No.
It's shit.
No.
Not Matt Willis. He's all right, but most people are shit.
I'm about to say most people aren't fucking Matt Willis either. Like,
Yeah. Like the guy at least leads you in the right direction.
Like at least Matt like has like resources for you to download and like encourages you to get further education and stuff, and kind of goes about it the right way. Like, it's not like you're at fucking Bagpipe Master on YouTube or some shit where they're like showing you this. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Don't talk bad about Bagpipe Master. That guy, I don't know. Like, he's from Utah, I guess. He's close to us. But yeah, there's a lot of terrible people on YouTube that teach do not do it.
Dude, if it's 480p vertical video, it's not a good lesson. just assume, just click away. Here's how I would describe lessons on YouTube. If it's free, it's probably not fucking good, right? Like, so just enter into that. It's like, why is this person giving away their lessons for free on YouTube? Probably because nobody would fucking pay them to do it.
Right. And it's one thing if it's promotion, like, hey, here's a tip, blah blah blah. Right.
Yeah. Quick tip.
But if you're like strictly teaching on YouTube, like in trying to build your audience and get monetized by YouTube, like you're doing it wrong, bro. and chances are they're not. Good. Chances are you're getting Ryan Randall, that motherfucker.
Dude, the thing that I try to tell people, and I've had this conversation a lot over the past month over products that I cannot currently speak about. But you cannot make money on YouTube in the bagpipe space. I'm sorry.
The audience is not big enough, people.
It's not a big enough audience.
Well, try telling Andrew Douglas that.
Well, I have. I've been trying.
He's going to try anyway.
I've been trying for a month. But like, I mean, don't get me wrong. We do bagpipe shit on YouTube, right? But we do it for fun. Like, we're not expecting like our YouTube ad revenue to keep the fucking lights on.
No, I still have a day job. Like, I got to pay the bills outside of this nonsense.
You mean your YouTube videos aren't teachable content?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I mean, I would say they're teachable in what not to do.
Right.
If you ever want to have a respected professional career.
Yeah, here's what not to do. Just
like
follow Chanter Rant and or anything that's associated with me or Josh. And don't do that.
Yeah. Like, I'm so glad. Like I had an interview on Wednesday, and I'm so glad that like during the course of that interview, no one was like, "So tell us about Chanter Rant." I'm like, "Fuck."
Oh, they're fucking public service. They're not going.
They're
that
not
going to
give a shit. Luckily, like
this is for the background check guy who's you're never going to see. They're just going to be like, he said cunt on the radio, fired. Or like,
no, dude, because I passed. I had to pass a background check for EMT school, and I got through that. So,
yeah, it's you paying them.
Hey, let me tell you.
You know the serial killers that could get into goddamn EMT school.
let me tell you what, man. I accredit it not to a lack of doing horrible things, but a lack of getting caught.
I don't think a background check. I don't think you get knocked out of a gig because you're a drunken idiot.
That's true.
That's really not a thing.
Especially not when I'm applying for a while.
You're not doing anything illegal.
Especially these days.
No.
If you're a drunken idiot on the internet and you're going to bring bad press to the organization that wants to hire you, I guarantee you they won't. They may not fire you, but they will definitely not hire you.
See, and this is one of those interesting things because I, like back in my old job, like I had a pretty upper management level position, and I was dealing with a lot of like people across the valley who could have Googled me at any moment and like 3 clicks away from discovering this podcast.
Those people were so desperate for anybody to do that job, though.
I don't think anybody knew. I honestly don't think anybody had any idea that this is a thing that I do. Which is great.
Government jobs do that, though.
Yeah,
they do their background work.
Government, yeah,
they absolutely do.
But does me saying cunt on the radio preclude me from
first of all
17 miles up?
It's on the internet, not on the radio.
Theoretically, no.
To pour water on shit, like
no. But everybody's so incredibly sensitive.
Look, if you're not going to run for office, I wouldn't be concerned.
I think
Fusco's,
that's bullshit too. Like you got
bid for mayor is out the fucking window.
If you can beat a chick half to death and still be in the NFL, like me saying fucking shit.
Donald Trump
that is different.
Did Donald Trump not prove that nothing matters?
I was like, nothing matters.
That's true.
Like you can say grab a girl by the pussy and still get elected.
But he's also never had to actually earn a living. So
well, that's true too. But I mean, does it prove
There's
the
a
point?
difference.
And Fusco doesn't even say it. He just actually goes for the grab.
I just do it.
It's like that scene in Always Sunny where he just like picks her up.
It's not about. Listen, one of the best advice I ever got is never pay attention to what somebody says. Pay attention to what they do. And I'll tell you what, internet, I do it. Watch out, ladies.
Okay, so now that we're
Bowling ball, right, Kelly?
Send up a flare.
20
You're
minutes.
asking me?
Now that we're 20 minutes in. So we talked about this a little bit earlier. We are on an episode backlog. We have a very ambitious plan. Well, I have a very ambitious plan to try to get over it. Fusco hasn't looked at the Asana dates yet, I don't think, so he doesn't understand that we have to do like 4 episodes in a week.
I've seen it. I was like, oh,
I believe in us.
but I'm back to normal. So like dojo class is over. I can get back to normal.
Dude, that actually is a perfect segue into our next piece because you guys just finished, was it the Freedom Intensive or was it the other,
No,
the
30
makeover,
day
right?
makeover, yeah.
Because you were working your fucking dick off.
I was. I work 7 days a week for a month,
Here's-
and I haven't done that since I was 25.
Here's how I know how much Fusco was working, even though he came across as like being available and doing shit. I talked to him yesterday, I think, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm going to Tahoe." And I was like, "Oh, like, are you doing a gig? Is it something for like the hockey game or something?" He's like, "No, I'm just gonna sit in the cabin and do nothing." For a couple days."
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stare at the
like,
wall for 2
Fusco,
days.
when was the last time you took a vacation?
Never. Like, never.
The closest thing I can think of would be Ireland, and that was a working vacation.
That was a working vacation. That doesn't really count. Like, literally, I'm planning to do nothing. Like, I'm so burnt out. Like, I need to not listen to bagpipes for 3 days. And it's great. I enjoyed the class. Don't
So
get me wrong.
you're gonna like take your Xbox with you, or are you literally just gonna like take a book and just lay?
No, just take a book and fucking do nothing. Like, I'm going to see what... I've never been to Tahoe.
It's fucking awesome.
I hear it's gorgeous.
Oh, you're going to
And
love
I
it.
just want to look at the lake and walk in the snow and fucking
Yeah, Tahoe's fucking dope.
nothing.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah. So,
It's like upstate New York, but like not.
but big.
You're not gonna freeze to death. It's like pretty snow level, not like
Right.
Freezing.
if I go out if I take a piss while on a hike,
You're not going to freeze.
I'll be able to break that off and use it to stab someone.
I've always been fascinated with the Sierra Nevada mountains. Like that, it's just been a thing for me for whatever
And
reason.
you've never been up there?
Never.
Oh my God,
I've
that's
never been
awesome.
further north than the Paiute Indian Reservation off of
You are
95.
kidding me.
Yeah,
Do
'cause
you know
we-
how much fabulous
I mean,
shit there
in
is
Nevada.
in Nevada?
I've been to Seattle, but I've never. No, I've never.
Oh my God.
Because we talked
dude.
about.
I also
It's-
desperately want to go to the Great Basin National Park, and I've never been.
It's right here.
I know it's
It's
not
like
that
in
far
our
away.
back fucking yard.
Well, we
I've
also
been here
talked
20 years. I've never been anywhere in Nevada.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
We also talked about like I want to take him with me to Reno one of these days. So
Never
we could
been.
go
That was
fucking-
my
Oh,
first
Jesus.
thought.
I am
was-
terrified to find out how that would fucking go
My
down.
first thought was I was going to go to Reno and just get a hotel and just walk the river.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
not gonna be. It's not
Go
gonna
up to
be
Tahoe.
as fun because a lot of shit's still closed. Like
Well, that's
when,
what I figured. Like,
when shit's fully open, like we'll go do Reno.
yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, I just figured, well, that was the perfect time to be alone in the middle of the woods. That's really, I wanted
Yeah.
like a log cabin in the middle of nowhere, and like, you know, like
You're gonna make a little fire. You're gonna do a little fucking
like Breaking Bad when he was in New Hampshire. That's what I want.
That's
I want,
you.
I want nothing.
Oh, speaking of the dojo, I forgot to mention this. ChanterRant.com/suckless. Get $1 off your 30-day premium test drive. And if you do not, if you do it, actually, I'm interested to know who does this. If you guys have done the $1 off your premium test drive through Chanter Rant, send us an email, chanterrant@gmail.com. I'd like to know what your experience was. Tell me if it was good. Tell me if it was bad. Tell me if you thought, do you talk too long? And you're paying him by the hour.
Oh, you're definitely gonna get that. But
Emails.
oh my God, we're getting emails finally.
Yeah, finally. All right, so we got an email from Ian. Ian says, "Hey fuckers, I hear all the complaints about grade 1 being the grade that gets all the attention, except from Rab, who goes out of his way to give everyone their due. Close parentheses. But when you started comparing the world's live stream to sports, you missed the larger point. Aaron is able to see any Liverpool game he wants. Andy can see any Bears game he wants. Not that he would want
I'm
to.
not a Bears
yeah.
fan, but okay.
But I doubt the second division teams get the same coverage or high school football outside of Texas. I'm sorry to be the turd the punch bowl, but the audience just isn't there for all levels of performance, and it's not specific to pipe bands. We're not that special. If you can get people to pay top dollar for your local theater, good on you. But people pay and make the extra effort for Broadway. End of story. Peace, Ian."
So I had some thoughts about this, and I actually do not remember this conversation at all.
It was,
But I can assume.
Yeah, it was very brief in that episode.
Yeah. I am 100%. I 100% agree that the reason this is going to set shit off here, and I can't wait for Kelly's reaction to this.
But
But
I thought this would be a good opener for.
the reason men's sports makes money is because they're better than women. It's just a fact.
At the sport.
At the sport, whatever that is.
Okay.
So, like professional sports versus grade 2, like say the Golden Knights versus the Silver Knights, right? We in town we have which is an incredibly rare place that actually
it's
has
very
the
strange.
AAA team that's in the same town as the actual the NHL
For
team.
now, yeah.
But either way, like
Hey,
the second level
have that feeder team, baby.
is not nearly as popular. Yeah, but they usually space it out. They
They
would put it in Reno or somewhere. You know?
Right.
So, but the reason, like, they don't make as much money because people want to see the best of the best. And I agree. I want to see grade 1. Like, I really don't care about grade 2 that much unless I'm in grade 2. There is a market for that, but it's way smaller. Just like there's a market for women's sports, but it's way smaller. That's okay. So, like, I get it. Like, of course, grade 1 should be the promotion, or the Glenfiddich, or the best players. People at the local level care about the local players. Like, it's kind of like neat when you're in your community. Like, people in Vegas might care about, like, remember the Wranglers were huge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like
dude.
very popular
People
because they were like
diehard.
the small local team that everybody could get.
That was
They were
a
a little
huge
plucky
Wranglers team.
team, and
Wranglers were a EHL, were they? EHL team, like, and they were right before the Golden Knights got here, hugely popular on a small scale. Not, so there's a market for that, but it's different than the market for the best.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like that's just the way it is. Go ahead, Kelly.
I don't think it has any.
Like, you're a giant promoter. You love the women's basketball team here, right?
Oh God, yes.
oh, they're phenomenal. Too.
And they've almost won the championship. They've come this close.
And no one cares.
That's not true.
Nobody
That is
cares.
not true. There's huge sponsors for the WNBA. So
They're
and I've got to tell you, I'm
this is
sorry, but
they're the definition of socialism. Like, they are supported by their NBA male
really
team.
What NBA male team is that for Nevada? Just out of curiosity.
Who are they associated with? They're associated with somebody. They
I'm-
all are.
This is the WNBA.
Yeah, but they're all
This is
associated
not
with.
ECHL. This is not the second tier.
But the
This is a whole
NBA, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not sponsors, but like
no, they're owned by the Raiders now. So I'm
funds
sure
money
you're gonna,
into their thing to prop them up.
So so the fact that the women's soccer team won the World Cup is irrelevant, right? Because they're women, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't mean it doesn't matter, but it's different than men, right? Because you put that women's national team against the men's national team, and our men's national team sucks. The men are still going to destroy
Are
them.
you sure?
I would love to see it. Prove it. They would destroy them. I'm sure.
We went through this with tennis, and McEnroe
Tennis
got
is
the
an
shit kicked out of him.
Tennis
So-
is an individual sport, so okay.
So now we're looking at it as a
take
team sport.
McEnroe when? How old was he? McEnroe is best
I don't
versus
think Billie Jean
what's her
King was
name at her best?
Was at her best.
It's
either.
a totally different time. You can't
No,
compare
that's a whole
time
other,
zones, time
that's
frames.
a whole other fucking argument.
Boris Becker
But-
is going to destroy the shit out of whatever her name is,
So-
which I don't even remember because who cares?
So here's the thing. To the point of the email is 100% true, but I do think that everything is so fragmented and there's so many niches now and so many different channels that you can get content from that I think anything can be broadcast. And I know that, okay, maybe outside of Texas, high school football isn't a big thing, but maybe not a lot of people know this. We actually have Thursday night lights, and high school football runs on network television here
Yeah,
in
it
Las
does.
Vegas.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is a very small audience, but for
But it's
those
still an audience.
for those
Absolutely.
people, I mean,
it's
let me
called
tell you.
it's called the Watch Gorman Destroy Everybody.
But here's the thing, who was a big sponsor? I can't say now because obviously everything's all fucked up. But like Cane's, that's their people.
Cane's like the
chicken place. Yeah.
So, and that's a big national brand. So yeah, McDonald's sponsors high school football in Las Vegas. So there is
Absolutely. But why do they do that?
Cane's is
because
gonna,
it's their audience.
Cane's is going to own
Those are
that
their
audience
people.
until they make a Cracker Barrel here, and then the Cracker Barrel.
So I guess, yes, it's a smaller audience. I mean, we do a rugby tournament here, 777s, that brings in a ton of money.
That's
It's a
rugby.
huge deal.
That's like international.
But honestly, not a lot of Vegas. You ask
nobody
local
knows.
person here in
Yeah.
Vegas, and they may not know what 777s is. And it's a big fucking deal. It would have just happened a couple of weeks ago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's normally this early March is usually.
I wouldn't
Right.
know what it is if it weren't for the fact that we've been hired to play it a few times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because
See,
I fucking grew up here and I had no idea until we started playing it.
Yeah.
that
when
we
I
had a big
worked
old
for
rugby
ESPN,
tournament.
it was a big deal for us, for ESPN Radio. So, I just think there's so many different channels that you can air different levels of players, including a, Aviators baseball game, all the way to, a grade 3 band contest. Now, whether it's online, which it more than likely would be,
Oh,
but
it's the only
there's
way.
everybody's, dropping off a cable like flies anyway. So this is not, a Vivo or something to that effect of a local band is not the end of the world.
I would say
exposure.
I would say that there's some parallels being drawn in Ian's email that don't necessarily work. If the idea is like, hey, everyone everyone just wants to watch grade 1 anyway, and when you talk about Broadway versus like the local theater, it's like, well, if you're looking to this like mass appeal factor, and especially people who aren't like in the scene, right? Like I could see that. I'm like, yeah, like nobody wants to listen to like the okay bands. They want to listen to like, all right, I want to hear the best of the fucking best. Cool. But there's a reason that there's still local theater. There's a reason that there's
Still supported.
backyard patio gigs, and
Yeah,
most of that,
sorry, but I
most
think
of that
that's
is just because
relevant.
hey, one, barrier to entry is lower, whether it's cost, distance, whatever. Like that's easy peasy. 9 times out of 10 is because I know somebody.
Right. Yep.
So it's like, hey, why am I watching this grade 4 contest of fucking Phoenix play the same shit they've been playing for 10 years? It's because I know them and I have friends that are in their band. I want to be there. It's like, I'm not there for me to have gross consumption of the media. I'm there in a support role.
Correct.
And I think that's, it's not to be discounted by any means, but
It's still exposure.
It's still exposure. And, there's still always going to be some dickhead willing to hold his phone, preferably landscape, and hit go live on Facebook.
No, but I think, and even now more so when shit starts opening up, people are so hungry for anything to go do. I'm telling you, I don't care what grade your band is or if you've been playing in your garage for the last fucking 11 months. I'm going to every gig for everybody and every art show and theater performance.
You're in the local music scene too. Like, you know how it is. Like, even when your friend has a shitty band, you go to every show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know because he shows up in mine.
That's the thing. That's what you do. That's how. But that's just part of the culture. And
Hey,
the
the trio is never going to be as strong as the full four. Like, don't worry about it. It's
show
still
up-
very entertaining.
You show up to the shitty gig because that's what you do.
Yep.
Like I don't know. Like that's just part of the culture.
I mean, we talked about this. We
music
talked about
supporting.
this fucking 100 episodes ago, nearly. We talked about this when we were talking about your bands, and you're like, yeah, like I've played. You're like, yeah, I've played shows where there's 5 people there, and one of them's Josh.
or less.
Yeah. I've had more people in the band than in the audience.
Like,
So,
it's like I've played shows where there's 5
Been
people
there.
there, and one of them was definitely Josh. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm gonna go watch my friend play music.
but I mean, to his point though, his point is that it's these smaller bands and lower level are never going to get the coverage or the exposure of a grade 1.
Sure.
Yeah,
Or
and-
a Broadway show.
In this email,
People love greatness.
Everybody
and that's
can't
okay
be
too.
fucking Hamilton.
No, of course not.
I'd rather go to Super Summer Theater any day of the week than fly up to New York and go. I
the
mean,
only-
yes, it's
yeah.
a once in a lifetime
The
opportunity.
only thing I would
for
say
me,
about the
but-
sports analogy and the way that the sports analogy doesn't work, especially when you're talking about, like, let's say the NBA versus the WNBA. Fuck it. Take the champion and play them against the champion. I don't care.
Sure.
Like-
and then we'll see really what happens.
Yeah,
But
will they get paid the same amount of money? Not even fucking close. So
because they
even
don't
talk
bring
to
in
me.
the same amount
Yes,
of money,
okay.
it's super easy
Here's
to figure
my-
out.
here's
Wait
my
a minute,
proposal.
Don't
What
get
are
me
the-
started here.
What's the ad revenue of male sports versus female sports? It's completely different.
There-
Wait a minute. I have a solution to the problem.
The
This is
fucking
very
women's
easy.
soccer team made more money than the men's did
Who-
and won more championships.
in
and they made-
advertising on their
Yes.
No.
Who won?
Show
who-
me the fucking
Wait.
numbers. There's
Uh,
no way.
This is neither here nor there.
Okay, we're not gonna have
Who
this fucking
won?
fight.
Who won the NBA championship most recently? I don't watch basketball.
I have no fucking clue because I could care less about basketball.
Who won the WNBA championship most recently?
Don't know. Nobody cares.
I'm trying to say. I think no, it's not the Sparks. I have to look who we lost to. It was so upsetting. I can't fucking
so
remember.
have those two teams, advertise the shit out of the game, rake in a whole bunch of money. Whichever one wins takes all of it. Deal. Done.
Right.
They'll never do it.
Winner take all.
I'm not like saying that women aren't great at sports. That's not the point. But the fact that
there's no way you're gonna there's no way you're gonna back yourself out of this space without.
I don't care.
Yes, there is a
women are not as good as men at the top of the top. There's no. It's just,
okay,
it's just nature.
I'm sorry, but I don't.
It's
I don't
nature.
agree with that. What I do think is that there's an appeal for male sports more than female sports.
Take Michael Jordan against whoever the greatest basketball player on the female side is, and they're going to lose every time.
That's not
99 out of 100 times they're going to lose.
Oh, I think that's bullshit.
Let's do it.
We can prove this with
it's
science.
very easily provable, but nobody will fucking do it because because we need to perpetuate the lie
I'll
that
have
women are equal to men, which they're not. Physically, it's just not biology. It's very fucking simple.
So
On the bright side, they are smarter than us.
let me ask you
Maybe,
something.
but
Josh, if
look
I
at-
knock
okay.
Andy out right
Hold
now,
on.
will that physically
Hold
prove
on.
my
Here's,
point?
Here's my thing. Did you watch the landing of the Perseverance? Did you see any of that?
No, just clips. No.
Did you see
That's
the
fine,
lead?
but it's fine.
Did
but
you
if
see the
looked at-
lead lady?
50% of the people in there were women.
They were all women.
Well, 50% of the
color,
population
of some
is
sort.
women.
Of course.
They were
like,
they were
on an
landing a space. They were landing a fucking go-kart on Mars.
On an equal level, women are just as that's not the question. Physicality is different than mentality. For 100% sure.
We're never gonna get to the rest of the show, are we?
50% of the women were,
we've gotta move
were
on, man.
people of color and female, which is great. I don't care. As long as they're good at what they do, who gives a fuck what they are? I don't care that they're white men.
Wait, Fusco. I need you to write down a potential episode title. It'll be "Women are from Venus, men are from Go Fuck Yourself."
Men are from go fuck yourself.
It's
Exactly.
okay. It's okay to not be as good as men physically. That's nature. I don't understand why people fight this. It's ridiculous.
I don't think it's the case all the time, but okay, we'll just leave it at that.
Not
Move
100%
on.
of the
Let's move
time,
on.
but of course. But that's not what the
So we
media
have
perpetuates.
so we have an email from Matt. This is, by the way, for
Josh
our
is
audience.
like, I've got to move on. Got to get out of this. Fucking dig out of the hole, buddy.
Because
dig out of the hole.
they could go
I
at this.
can't wait for the angry emails.
They could go at this for another fucking hour and a half.
Maybe you'll hear from all the vaginas on this one, fuckhead.
This is the the council of vaginas. This is that moment where
shit.
mom and dad won't stop fighting, and I'm just trying to finish my fucking dinner. So we have an email from Matt.
Oh, do we get to JD's email?
I'm skipping around.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Matt says, so now that Josh has those sweet new pipes, is there going to be a Fight Night 2.0?
Oh,
yes, there is.
yes.
Yes, there is. I still don't think I'll win, but I won't be as bad.
I thought about responding to this, and I just didn't because I want to be a dick. But I was like, do you really think that's going to matter?
Well, I'm okay with getting beaten as long as I can finish a fucking set.
It would be nice if it was equal. You know what I mean? Like the finished set would be.
I like to finish a set. That's
Yeah.
the thing for me. I mean, I could.
That was kind of a bummer.
I'd be happy to lose if I played a good set.
Yeah. I came in, I had no idea you didn't finish. Like, I was like.
Yeah. Oh, you came in, dude.
I
came in
assuming he
You came in
destroyed
like
it.
guns blazing. Fusco like walked around the block like listening to his pump up tracks.
Right. Absolutely, I did.
And I went first, and I knew like halfway through, I'm like, I can't even.
You guys did an amazing job of not giving away. I had no fucking clue from anybody.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't
I'm not
want to.
going there, but this guy was fucking super disappointed. I'm like,
I was pretty
he's gonna
bummed.
see the look on his face. This is never gonna work.
Not a clue.
No, I sold it.
He was so angry. I
was
mean,
pretty mad.
angry.
I sold it though. I mean, because I wanted
I've
it.
seen
'Cause
Josh,
we talked
I've
about
seen
that.
Josh angry. That was fucking angry.
We talked about that during like the setup for the fight night. We're like, hey, like you don't want to give anything away, right? Like, so I sold it.
No, you did good because I had not a clue. I was like, oh god, he crushed it because nobody's saying a word. They're all being very stone faced. Oh fuck.
Oh, I don't know. This bottle's a little too heavy for me to pick up, Fusco.
All right, I'll let the man take care of it first.
Fucking
Superior physicality.
Let my naturally bigger biological muscles.
well, let my
Pour the
naturally
whiskey for it.
bigger wallet pay for the fucking whiskey, asshole.
I notice you're drinking slower than the man.
Well, okay, yeah, I can't keep up with you guys. Last time I tried to, I missed my seat.
Well, maybe
That's
in
true.
Instead of being in the National Drinking Association, you should be in the Women's National Drinking Association.
Do you guys have any idea how,
like captain of the fucking...
like a week from now when Aussie Broad listens to this, how much she's going out of her fucking
so
mind?
I hope so. God, I'm praying. I am
Hey,
praying
dude,
for that.
we just booked our next guest easy. Like, that's
Oh, I can't wait for her
Jesus.
retort.
You know what?
Oh.
Yeah, she's
right.
usually not drunk and much wittier than I am.
So I have an
that'd be
email.
Fucking awesome.
I have an email from JD. Ingranam. As some of you who tuned into the live stream last week and who will hear the episode in 4 months may know, we received a package from the Charleston Pipe Band because we beat them in the Wake Miniman contest, and we gave them a bunch of shit on the show. Does that sum it up pretty well,
Because he
Fusco?
sent us a whole bunch of extra large shirts that nobody will ever fit into.
He sent us some camping equipment, some tents, some hideous cotton tents.
White with a logo on the...
Yeah.
That was it.
So he sent us an email and says, dudes, I've been wondering when I was finally going to hear about that package of prizes I sent over. Sorry to hear they didn't fit. See, I was expecting a certain size band to compete against and was disappointed. So I figured if you guys were expecting a certain size shirt, you know. Speaking
We
of
still beat
performances,
him. We had less than him. We still beat him.
Speaking of performances that disappoint, I saw a post online recently about someone hiring a piper for a gig, and the dude showed up in like khakis and a polo to play.
Oh,
I commented that it was the opposite of John McCain's funeral. All music, no show, versus all show and no music. I generally tell my students they need to wear a kilt or tartan trews, something to cover the calves, and something to cover the middle. Everything else is debatable and should be appropriate for the gig. Open parentheses. Can go from Ren Fair body painted top all the way to full army number ones with feather bonnet and all. Close parentheses. But whatever you do, wear tartan. Valid exception for non-tartan kilts like saffron or slot green, hose or boots, and a belt or jacket. Thoughts? Thoughts are we beat you with less people, so get fucked.
oh my God.
I'm glad.
That's all you got?
Exactly.
Welcome to being the WNBA of online piping.
Charleston is the WNBA.
No, but going into the whole attire thing, yes, it is, in my opinion, to play a paid gig of any sorts, not in proper attire, is trash. And honestly, a lot of gigs where I'm not getting paid, I still put on proper attire to play so that it's not trash.
It's proven time and time again that, to be honest, all they actually want is the proper attire.
Correct.
They almost don't care about the music.
No, because they're not going to know the difference.
I mean,
well, some people are, but I mean, I just recently had somebody looking for pipers for a grand opening, and that was their first question. And the funny thing was that they really didn't know how to ask it. Are they going to be wearing? What do they usually wear? You know,
exactly. I get that all.
kind
Dude,
of
the thing-
afraid to ask, and I'm like, no, they will be absolutely full regalia done. So
My
don't
trigger
worry
is
about
a
it.
C word. There's a C word that triggers me in those conversations. When it's like, oh, are you gonna come play and you're
In
gonna come play?
costume?
Like, and are you gonna wear your
So
costume?
he didn't say costume, which I was thrilled.
And
I'm
I was like,
thank God he didn't say costume.
Costume does annoy me, but I get it. They don't know.
They don't know.
That's fair, but it is annoying.
I was like, no, I'll wear, yes, because the firefighters show up in their firefighter costume, and the police show up in their police costume,
ironically enough,
and the Marines show up in their Marine costumes. Like, no, it's a fucking uniform, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing I wear.
Well, thankfully I didn't get that, but yes, I have had that asked.
at least it was
Will
the
he
first
have a-
question. I almost always get it as last question. They like go through everything. We're like basically nailed down, and they're like,
Oh, you're gonna wear a
by
kilt?
the way, are you
Are you
gonna
gonna
wear
wear
a
a kilt?
costume? Like, what
Yeah.
do you wear? Like, you saw my. You
saw my
came from my
fucking picture.
website, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is for
gonna wear
a-
exactly.
I'm gonna show up in a fucking thong with my cock and balls hanging out to one side, and then a beer brews freedom T-shirt.
Well, you just want to say, so I just need to make sure there's a clear path and we meet all the fire code for the flaming bagpipes on the unicycle.
yes.
So as long as you got that all cleared, we'll be fine.
Yeah. No, I get that question often. It's just part of the business. Like, I get it. They want you to look a certain way.
Well-
But the one I get is like, can you wear, like, do you have choices of kilts? I get that every once in a while. I'm like, no. Like, some people might want an Irish kilt versus not that they know
Yeah.
the difference, but like, hey, can you wear like red versus blue or green versus whatever?
This is a UK company, so I think it was a little more,
They had a clue.
they have an idea.
Yeah. A lot of people don't. And they just like, what color you wear? Like, I have one. These things cost $600.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
own more than one.
Like
Maybe two.
I wear like, and it's one of those things like you don't understand the fundamental concept of a tartan. because a tartan is a thing that it's a personal thing. Like it has meaning to it. So like if you're like, oh, can you wear a purple one? It's like you don't really understand what that tartan means, do you? Like,
No.
what the fuck?
But then it's your
Americans are
job
dumb,
to educate them.
That's true. No,
That's
absolutely.
what you're supposed to do. The more people that get it, the better every piper
That's true.
is.
That's right about the time that I
Right?
tack on an extra $50 for the education.
Jesus Christ. Now he's a tutor.
No, I usually do explain like that part of it. Like, all right, no, this is what I have, and this is because it represents blah blah blah, whatever the deal is. Like, but you know, brides coming into a wedding, especially in the U.S., if they're not from Scotland or like tightly Canada and they're tightly tied to Scotland, they don't know. They're just like, hey,
They
my
want
my
they want
theme
you to
is
match your
maroon.
bridesmaids.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't have that. If you want to rep me a kilt, I'll wear it, but no.
I had that I had that conversation because I had fantastic 2 years pre-pandemic of going to my friends' weddings and getting shit-faced and having a phenomenal time.
Don't we all?
And so like, and they're like, oh, like, like we're going to do gray suits or like we're going to do navy. And they were always like very mindful to be like, hey, like we do like, have you ever heard of the company Combatant Gentlemen? It's like you can get like a suit for like $200, then go get tailored for like $40, and it lasts you as long as it lasts you. And that's my suits. I wear those because I had to have like 5 fucking suits.
It's not a
Right.
rental. It's just, you own it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No,
cool.
you literally just, it's like a mail to order company and then you just get it tailored.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I use them all the time. Plug for Combatant Gentlemen. So all of my friend group, when they got hitched, that's where we did our suits through because we, like we're not all up on our finances. Like we got to fucking travel.
Well,
we
no,
got to
and
do
you
bachelor
pretty much
parties,
had to
all
wear
that kind of
suits
shit.
every day for a while.
Yeah. So it was helpful. And so one of the things we did 2 things. One, we always ordered suits from the same place because we knew that they were cheap. You can get them tailored and they'd be fine for the occasion. 2, we didn't do like the same suit often for like the groom's party because we were all in the same situation where we're fresh out of college and we're like building up our suit library because we all had to wear suits to work every fucking day. So that worked out. I bought every suit I owned for a wedding and then I wore them to work.
That makes sense.
See, that doesn't work for women.
And they were just, oh no, not
You
at
get
all.
the worst fucking
Yeah,
dress
the hideous
imaginable, and you're
fucking
like,
dresses.
and then you can shorten it and wear it out to the
And,
club.
and like
It's
everyone,
like, no,
I
you
remember
can't. It's
having
fucking
the
awful.
conversation where like I think I was talking. Maybe it was like when Butters got hitched, and he's like, yeah, like like sorry to make you guys buy suits. And I was like, dude, like if I get married, all your asses are going to be like having to rent fucking Highland gear to
Right.
be up there next to me. Like trust me, I guarantee I'm going to incur the largest bill. Like,
Right?
Wait,
so kiltsusa.com. I'm still looking for that fucking sponsorship, just so you know.
someday he'll get married. I don't
do
know
the,
if it's not coming anytime soon.
They do
but
the kilt rentals.
They
So,
definitely do, and they're out of Arizona, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on that sponsorship, boys.
Sweet
You know,
sponsorship money.
random thought that I saw on the way over here was on behind a vehicle on the freeway all the way driving to the podcast today that had a license plate kilt kit. And I'm like, well, isn't that kind of odd? But I'm on my way to Chanter Rant with a kilt kit car. in
Probably
front
one
of
of those Renfair dill holes.
Are you sure? Are you sure you weren't wearing your glasses and it didn't just say
me. I'm
like
certain of it.
cat clit?
No, it didn't say clit anywhere.
Are you sure?
I had somebody in the car with me to verify that I wasn't losing my fucking mind.
Let's say, did you leaned up and asked your Uber driver, does that say cat clit? So I have another email. We're almost through. We're 45 minutes in. We're almost through some of the easy stuff.
We have nothing to talk about, so it doesn't matter.
I got plenty to talk about. All right. So this is an email from Stefan, long-time listener, first-time caller. He says, and everyone's going to have to answer this question even after Fusco goes to pee, so we'll start with MLK. He says, good afternoon, you pair of fuckknuckles and MLK.
Thank you.
One quick question. If you were 2 inches into your mum and your dad was 2 inches into you, would you go forward to get out of your dad or back to get out of your mum? Random as fuck, but fuck it. Hashtag one of the 6. Hashtag FU Joe Brady. Kind regards. Stefan. So, in your situation, MLK, I believe you're wearing a strap on.
Can I just drink more whiskey on that? Because I don't even know where to go. Where?
So you're in the middle here.
I think I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Do you go? This is our lovely fan base. So I guess the question is: do you go deeper into your mum to get your dad out of your keister, or do you go deeper into
Oh
your
my
keister
God.
to get out of your mum?
Okay, I can't. I can't. All I can say is I will be more than happy to chip in for your therapy. Because anybody who would actually think of that scenario
Kelly's
has some deeper issues than
Kelly's taking option 3, where she just spontaneously combusts
right. And
kills everyone in the room. So Fusco, same
Oh
question.
wow. Okay.
So this is from Stefan. He says, "Good afternoon, you pair of fuck knuckles and MLK." He says, "One quick question: if you were 2 inches into your mum and your dad was 2 inches into you, would you go forward to get your dad out or back to get out of your mum?"
This is an incredibly disturbing question. I read this ahead of time. And I'm like,
Oh, you at least knew it was coming.
I did.
Literally.
I don't think anybody's coming in this scenario. Well, depending on which direction you go.
I mean, I might as well own it. Like, I'm in a. You can't win this situation, right?
No.
You're gonna go
It's
forward and
unwinnable.
back. So I'm gonna go forward and back many times and hope they both enjoy themselves. Like help. It's kind of like when you're banging a chick doggy style and she reaches around and grabs you by the balls or the cock and adds to the situation. You're
I've
like,
never dated
No,
someone
it's
with
kind of not like that at all.
I've never been with someone with that long of arms. They can go all
they don't
the way
reach between
around?
their legs. What kind of women you dating?
What?
They reach between their dude. The greatest thing in the world. I will tell you this. I learned
Usually
this
the
from
hands are still tied.
right? Last guy that asked me that didn't get the knots out yet or something. Like
Listen, one of the greatest experiences of my life was this. I was spooning this chick, right? Banging her from behind.
So
in the spoon
basically,
position.
wait, before we get into
Wait a
your
minute, we
story,
got
Let
to
me
answer
tell this
these
fucking
ridiculous.
story.
We gotta answer the question.
We have to answer this ridiculous question.
So before Fusco gets into his story,
I'm gonna go forward. I don't know what that.
he's
It
gonna
doesn't matter.
go-
I'm gonna go forward
Well, you said you were going to go forward and backward as fast as you can.
just to make them both.
Just
come.
get it over
Okay.
with.
Get it over with. Let
My
them both
dad's
come.
dead, so I'm backing out.
Let them both finish.
All right. Upon further thought process,
What does this have to do with bagpiping? What is this question?
nothing. This is nothing.
Oh man. Okay. So
there's
Fusco,
some-
go
no-
on to your story.
No, wait a minute. Josh needs to answer the fucking question because that's going to be even more interesting for
fuck.
me.
I almost escaped.
No, that's not it.
I would back out.
Let's use names. So
Oh,
it's coming from me and the mother and
So
you're in the middle.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great edit for you. So my move would be back out while violently shitting as hard as I can, because I feel like that would clear both parties away from me.
you're just trying to get them away.
Just get them away.
You're just
yeah.
not going to accept your
who
fate.
wouldn't?
And I'm not gonna accept my fate. And I'm pretty sure in that kind of a situation I could poop on command.
I would assume so.
Yeah. So
I don't know if I'm going to have an appetite for like 2 days.
Except for whiskey,
Except for whiskey.
because you want to.
so Fusco, your best experience was
So one of my favorite experiences in a sexual nature was this. So I was banging this chick, right? And like in the spoon position. You know what I mean?
How many of our stories start?
Well, it's better than I teach kids, so let them go.
Let me tell you, I was. Let's see, I'm 40. I was probably 41 years old when I was. You know those like Facebook pages where like, I was like an adult when I discovered this, and it's like remarkably simple. stuff.
Yes.
I was
It was
today
years old.
Today years old.
Yeah. It was like those are fast. I love those. But anyway, I was 41 years old, and I never had this experience. So I was banging this chick, and she reached around and grabbed me by the balls hard. Not like punch me, but like firmly. Like I have control of you. You know what I mean? Like that kind of firm.
You mean she had strong hands?
Strong hands, and I was like, it wasn't like I'm gonna fucking hurt you, but it was like
Like
I am
WNBA
control.
strong, or how strong are we talking about here?
Full
For
on.
fuck's sake. Could
Full on WNBA.
Could she palm the ball?
Oh my god! Well, it's not that hard to do, but and I'm like, this. Holy shit! This is the greatest thing. I've never experienced that, and it was the
I'm
greatest.
sorry,
thing.
you were how old?
40ish, 41,
Dude.
and
Okay,
like
I'm
she
not-
grabbed me by the balls. But you know how like girls like reach between their legs, you're banging them doggy style, and they reach between their legs and they kind of fondle your balls a little bit. You know, that's fairly normal. But she held them tight, and I discovered
All I have is this vision of the seagulls. Mine.
what I discovered was I like this a lot.
I was thinking
like it a lot.
thinking more of like the Infinity Gauntlet, like just.
Oh, Jesus.
What I discovered was
she holds, and then right as she snaps, he comes. Just the screen goes white.
I don't.
oh my god, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Like firm, like control my balls. You know what I mean? And I was like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I'm so glad that I was 41 years old and discovered this. I could have went my whole life.
I was today years old when I found out. I didn't see that post on Facebook.
Listen, women, I'm giving you some advice out there, women. Grab your man by the balls, but like,
Don't grab me.
you're
by
not
the
trying
balls.
to hurt him.
Don't grab me by the
You
balls.
want to hold him
I don't want that.
firm because balls are amazing. Like, just dig your nails in a little bit
No.
and hold them really firm and like.
Okay, not everybody is into that.
That is not what I want at all.
Episode title: Control My Balls.
Hey, Rabbi's here. He's back. He's done.
Rab, has your wife ever done that?
right
That's what I
in the
wanna know.
middle of a ball conversation.
Well, this is actually a great
Look.
segue because Rab just got finished with the Kids with Cancer charity event, and I'm hoping that it went well. Our submission was a video of our pain.
I think you guys
Granted,
should
also
do that every year.
one of my submissions was probably one of the most insensitive jokes I've ever made, and I did it in the comments.
What was that? I didn't.
So Rab tuned in while he was doing the live stream for the Kids with Cancer charity event. Rab tuned in real quick just to like check on us and say hi. And he said, checking in, folks, raising money for charity at the Mo. We'll catch yous later. Have a good show. Thumbs up. And that was pretty early on. Right. And my response was, say hi to the kids, Rab. Tell them we'll see some of them next year.
That is so incredibly insensitive. I don't even know where to begin.
I couldn't help it.
Oh my god.
It was so funny.
Josh! I mean, fuck.
Oh my god. This is why we are not blowing up. Like,
Okay, look, here's the deal. Just for that shitty remark,
come on, that was
you
incredibly funny.
absolutely have to do, if not the shot collar, something just as painful.
I got it right up there. I can
It
stick
is
it
up
on
No,
there.
that
Yeah.
shit is not happening right now. But
It is up there.
I'm talking about next year's
Oh, trust
children's
me, I
charity
deserve
event.
it. But oh my god,
That is goddamn
Well,
funny.
actually, I really do think that you need to put it on again and raise a little more money
I just want to say,
for that horrible fucking
can
statement.
I just say,
Oh my god!
we talk about this often, but Josh and I fight like motherfuckers, like
yes.
husband and wife.
Oh
right?
god, no, it's
we
much
argue-
worse than that.
we
I
argue
think about
constantly.
I think about this all the time because
is-
it's like
oh.
motherfucker, Josh pisses me off, blah blah blah. But then I think our sense of humor is so the same, and it's so goddamn funny how offensive he is.
It
like
is.
Graham is incredibly offensive, and he makes me laugh. The worst shit he ever says makes me laugh every goddamn time. That could be, you could have outdone Graham right there.
You need
that
to
was the most
donate some more
offensive thing.
fucking money, is what you need to do.
That could be the most offensive thing I've ever heard.
It might be.
Could you
See-
imagine though? Here's what I want to
see,
know.
my
is
problem
what,
is
what did
I
poor
was-
Rab do?
My
He's
problem
probably
is
like,
I was trained by Graham and then surpassed the master a very long time ago.
Oh my god, you're way more offensive than
So
him.
like the thing for me is I'm in that constant struggle between like I know what I should do and I know how to be politically correct because I used to be employed being politically correct.
I don't
And
know how you
then,
ever had a job.
and then it's like
I don't know how you ever had a job either.
Well, me either.
and then it's like the shit that comes into my head that makes me laugh. I'm like, oh, I gotta tell Fusco because he's probably the only person.
No,
he's probably the only other person that will laugh at this. Like Graham goes for the cheap shots. He goes like, oh, let me make some like racist, sexist jokes. I'm like, okay, like, but those are easy. I'm like, let's talk about terminally ill people. And
Guys, the
let's
shit that's off camera is just unbelievable. But
Rap says,
I can't-
episode title, Control My Balls. And he also, I repeated the thing, he says, oh no, dude. And he's like, Tiger Balm. He says, Tiger Balm should be my punishment.
Tiger Bomb.
Oh, all that's coming back. But we have to
happily-
always outdo ourselves.
I happily take my punishment. I know I deserve it, but fuck, it was funny.
Okay,
that was fucking funny.
Okay, yes, that was funny.
That was
My
goddamn funny.
only other one that I thought for today was in celebration of Black History Month. We had MLK on the show.
Man, I begged you not to fucking make that reference, you jackass fuckhead. Who have we offended today, ladies and gentlemen?
Everyone.
Everyone.
welcome to the Chanter Rant podcast.
So women, athletes,
We're starting over. 5,
kids
4,
with
3, 2, 1. Fuck.
cancer.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Oh, this is the greatest show of all time.
Jesus Christ. Why?
So we have a voicemail.
Oh my god, I can't wait. John Van Dickface is the greatest offender.
Oh, also, so yeah, the only other thing I had on the Kids with Cancer charity event was we did make a video as promised. Check it out on the Chanter Rant YouTube channel. It is it was a pain in the ass to edit, but it made my girlfriend laugh.
You know what? You did a great job editing it because I actually played it for Mike and it was freaking hysterical.
I just like the comical little like bossa nova music with the ding every time.
Yes.
That took a long time to do, but I'm like, oh, this is worth it. This makes it better.
I got to tell you, it was fabulous.
Kelly, you weren't here for that, but the fact that how happy were you, I guess, that we were getting shocked?
Okay, it was fabulous, and I was outside, and I wasn't drinking, thankfully. Well, not thankfully for Rab, because if I was, I probably would have donated a lot more money. But I was outside, and my husband was like, what is going on? Because I was hysterical in tears, which is the same way I was. And I remember this vividly because I was listening to the Mother's Day show when you guys had the moms on. And I was on a plane 1,000 years ago. I was on a plane flying back from Phoenix, and I was laughing so hard, tears streaming down my face. And that's exactly the way I was with the shock collars. I thought I was going to die. It was the best.
Dude, for anyone who tuned in for that one, and the audio version is coming out on Monday, it was sincerely painful.
It was remarkable.
It was not pleasant.
By the end, like, you see it in the video that you posted, like, by the end, I'm like throwing the fucker across the room, like, fuck this, I've had enough.
The funniest thing, and it didn't make it.
I don't know, judging from the balls comments, I thought you might enjoy it.
No, strong balls is one thing, but like painful. I'm not into pain.
Fusco's balls.
I like strong women.
Fusco, we're gonna give you an electric vasectomy.
I was gonna say, let's put that around.
No, one of the things, because I edited that episode so it can go out as part of our trying to clear the backlog. And one of the things I forgot that we did at the very fucking end was we zapped my girlfriend.
We did?
You
Yeah.
did?
I don't remember that.
I didn't see that.
So I have the audio of it. I don't have any video, but I have the audio, and because we were talking to her, and she's like, well, it can't be that bad, right? Because she'd been the one zapping us the whole
was zapping
episode.
us the whole
my
time.
girlfriend zapped us the whole fucking time. The laughs you hear in the background, the sick, sadistic laughs.
Now that I know that there's a vibrate,
Those are my lovely girlfriend, and so at the very end, she was like, "Oh, like I'll take one because it can't be that bad." And she was like, you can hear it in the audio recording. She's like, "Holy fucking shit, that is horrible!"
It really is awful.
Put that in the Marvel ending, or is that my edit?
No, I already edited it. I could try to add it.
Put it in a Marvel ending, dude, because like that would be great.
But yeah, like she literally came over. She came over and I put it on her arm, and then like we zapped her, and she was like, "Holy fuck, that is horrible!" And then she's like looking at us like, "You guys just took like 30 of those."
I did 10. You did
10,
20.
and I did 20. Yeah.
Oh.
It was
Well, see, I
remarkable.
tested
and that was
one
the
out.
lowest fucking level.
Yeah, I tested one out that I was going to actually use on my dog years ago.
No, nobody
And,
should ever use those on
well,
dogs.
I tested it out just to see, and exactly that, no. So what I did was I put it on the vibrate thing, and that actually worked. I did it once, and he was fine. He quit barking. But
and this is just
the funny thing is that I didn't realize that yours had a vibrate on it, and when she did the vibrate thing,
yeah, she figured
you
out.
guys were hysterical. Oh!
Because we're sitting there like, oh fuck.
And I'm like, oh, you should be using that more often.
it was so
that vibrate feature's
It
hysterical.
was so Pavlovian. It was insane. Like I was so scared. I could see her out of the corner of my eye. Like every time she moved, I'm like, oh no.
It was so good. Dude.
Like I'm officially trained. I'm definitely house trained by now.
No, that shit's awful.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing, and I didn't keep it in the video because the video was all about the shocks. But we had a point where we talked about it, and we're just like, who the fuck would do this to a dog?
Yeah, that's why I never did it.
Because that was the lowest setting, and it fucking hurt.
It sucked.
Y'all need to do that.
It hurt.
again.
It hurt on a two.
Once a
I'm
year.
a 200-pound man, and it fucking hurt me. People do that to their little dogs. Are
I
you
get
crazy?
this question like, hey, when are you guys going to do this again? Because that was the greatest thing we've ever seen.
Never. A year.
Give me a year.
Yeah.
Let me get over it because I don't want to
Let me get a doctor's note.
I think once a year is
What
safe
charity
enough.
you got to do next? Oh, it's the charity of Josh and Andy.
Yeah, it's a charity of
Now,
if we're gonna raise a bunch of money by sacrificing our bodies.
after that lovely comment regarding sick children, I think it needs to go back to rad. Fuckhead.
Well, let's do an American charity because let's be
Next
real.
time we'll do American.
I don't think that the cure for cancer is going to be developed in fucking Belfast.
Let's raise
you
money.
don't know that, do you?
Let's raise money for the electrical grid in Texas because those fucking cunts.
There's a certain irony there.
Isn't there though?
Or let's just raise enough money to send everybody to Cancun and they won't have to fucking worry about it.
Chanter Rant field trip.
There you go.
All right, so we're almost through our news and updates, and
We haven't even started to the
Oh my
topic.
God.
we don't have a topic, so it's okay.
Terrible.
So
What have we done?
we have a voicemail. This is from John Van Dickface. I'm gonna try to see if we get enough audio from this. Give me 1 sec.
I love John Van De Face. He's got the greatest accent that I cannot understand.
Oh,
at all.
this is true to form.
Hello, you fucking queer hawks. John Van Dickface here, boys. Now, let's do one thing first so I can get it out of the way. If any of the six hasn't joined the All of the Six Facebook page, you need to go and fucking join it. Oh, half the fucking posts on there are lucky to be on Facebook. They're funny as fuck. Apart from one, which I'm now going to fucking rant about, so strap in. What fucking arsehole thinks it's appropriate to strap a flamethrower to their pipes and then also wear a stupid fucking condom-looking bastard helmet that also has a wee flamethrower in it? This cunt needs to get the fuck. He's just as bad as a fucking snake charmer cunt who thinks she could fucking do anything even though she doesn't actually play the fucking pipes anymore. She uses a fucking machine to do it. Let's get these cunts all to fuck, and then we could focus on the parade bands and the gala bands and all the rest of these cunts who can't fucking play or tune their instruments worth a fuck. It's time for us to go on the fucking rampage. We need to go on a crusade. Let's get these bastards to fuck, and let us have decent fucking bands sounding as they fucking should. Sick and tired of all this pish, boys. Now, can you have to be tea? Oh. Well, rant done, boys. Hope yous are doing well. F you, Joe Brady. 1 of the 6.
Fucking John.
I love John Van De Face.
Tell us how you really feel.
I picked up every third word, but I understood what he was saying.
Really? You couldn't? Okay.
Basically everything to fuck.
To fuck.
Yes.
No, I mean I got the gist. Which I love.
Yeah.
Flaming
Listen,
bagpipe snake charmer
love
comments
John.
are fabulous.
If nothing else, I think the only reason that we might start doing the Chanter Rant happy hours again is to hang out with John because he's so fucking funny.
That guy, I love that guy. So, like, the hashtag all of the 6 Facebook group, you should absolutely join if you haven't.
Well, I think here's what I would say about this. I would like to install a caveat because I have strong anti-Facebook feelings in my heart because I don't think it's going to be around for very long.
No,
Well,
I mean, something else will come up.
Social media's a downfall of humanity. But
Exactly.
okay.
And I do think that a superior group to join would be the Chanter Rant Discord.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
Discord is so
so
much better.
Okay, so
It's an app on your phone,
can
and
I-
it's easy, people.
Can I just say that? Okay, yeah, we all know I'm old. I did sign up for Discord, but I may need some help finding you.
Well, you should do the invite link. It should take you right to us.
Okay.
Huh? But
Message
yeah,
me and
no.
I'll send you the
Discord
invite. Okay,
is
that's
so
what I
much
need.
fun. We have John, for your pleasure, we have an entire fucking meme channel that's just
Oh,
bagpipe
shit.
memes.
Just bagpipe memes.
Whole meme channel on Discord. And yeah, so it's I think if you go to chanterrant.com/Discord, that should take you to the like permanent invite link. If it doesn't work, feel
Just
free to
me,
message
Josh,
us,
whoever.
email chanterrant@gmail.com. We'll get it fixed.
As much as I'm not a fan either of Facebook, it's kind of
Dan
grating on
says
my
he's
nerves.
It's so standard.
Dan's in the chat. He says he's still waiting for his Discord Patreon verification. Well, yeah, you just re-upped, bro.
but
Fuck off, Dan.
I still like all of the 6 on Facebook. I think some of that shit
it
is
is
so
But
bad.
here's,
Fantastic.
dude,
It really is. It's fabulous.
funny.
it's horrible, but
So funny.
here's the thing. Here's the thing with all the 6. It is on borrowed time already.
Oh, I know. I see shit and I go, how did that make it?
I know for a fact. I know
How
for a
in-
fact that
how in
the
God's name
amount
did
of
that make
the
it?
amount of like notifications I get of like posts that
can't even.
completely violate guidelines or like people have been muted.
But the fact that we're
can't
private,
even.
I think, allows us to get away with a lot of
no,
stuff.
dude,
Because when we were public,
still
I
can't
still
do
get
that.
shit. I still get shit.
do you?
Yeah, and I'm just like, guys, like, don't get me wrong, this is funny. You're gonna want to all slowly move to the Discord.
Like, listen.
Right.
Don't post shit about raping women. Listen, Kelly, I'm with you on that one. But everything else is goddamn funny.
like
Rob
everybody's
McCallum.
on that
I would, right? Isn't that kind of a thing? Not raping
like,
women?
You ever see like
I
the
mean,
you ever see the Bo Burnham song where he like pretends to be God and he's like, he's like, oh God, what the fuck was it? I'm not saying you shouldn't rape because you think that I don't want you to. Don't rape because rape's a fucked up thing to do. Didn't think I had to spell that one out for you guys.
True.
So funny. But listen, I don't know. What?
As long as everybody can reach Andy's balls, I don't think there's any fear
Listen,
of
you
that.
reach
so
my
it's all
balls,
good.
you'll be fine. Just
So
grab me by
I think
balls.
the episode title for this one will be "Can the WNBA palm Andy's balls?"
Oh my God. Crush,
they absolutely
crush
can.
Andy's balls.
They will, but they'll still be shit at basketball.
And so are you.
I'm not saying that I'm good at basketball. I'm saying the best of the best versus the best of the best.
Dude, we are not
attention.
having
Listen,
this
We have
conversation again.
headphones on.
Okay, here's a question.
He's see?
Stuart Little versus me in a piping contest. We're both white males. Who's going to win?
Stuart Little.
Kelly, who's going to win?
Stuart.
You know it, and you don't even know it. You don't know shit, but you know it.
Dude,
I know enough to be dangerous.
You know enough to be dangerous.
Bro, the guy who brings Stuart's case in is going to beat you.
Yes. Listen, if you're...
There's some like guitar tech
Dave
joke in
Matthews
there that I
Band.
can't find.
Listen, if you're in the Dave Matthews Band and you're the drum tech for for fucking... What's that guy's name? I'm drawing a blank because I'm drunk.
Who the fuck knows who the
He's
drummer
one
is
of
in
the-
the Dave Matthews?
Are you
I
kidding
actually
me?
do, but I
He's
can't
one
think of his name right
he's
now.
arguably one of the best drummers in the world.
Oh, shit.
And I'm drawing a blank. But if you're the drum tech for him, you're better than me.
Yes,
Like, there's not even
that
a
is
question.
correct.
Right? But
Right.
it's-
Well, I would hope so.
Oh, my God. I can imagine.
Why? Why? Anyway,
That's not the point. The point is...
what is the point?
I don't know what the point is. I'm confused.
Keep
All right,
keep
so,
going, please. Rein us in,
yeah, let
Josh,
me
for the
get-
love of God.
So, use of a Southern branch.
Oh, my God. Are we actually into, like, the...
No, first we're going to do an ad, but then we are going to talk about that. This episode of the Chanter Rant broadcast is brought to you by... Well, I got to stop doing that because every time I do that and then the first part of the ad is me saying this episode is brought to you by...
Uh-huh.
So I guess I should say, and here's a word from our sponsor. This episode of the Chanter Rant podcast is brought to you by MacLellan Bagpipes, proudly made in North America by artesian bagpipe maker Roddy MacLellan from Eust, Scotland. At MacLellan Bagpipes, they don't strive to be the biggest, fastest, or the cheapest. They do, however, meticulously craft a small number of the best-sounding and most beautiful-looking bagpipes in the world since their beginning in 1988. Over the years, MacLellan Bagpipes has established a solid reputation for rich, warm, and stable tone, created with incredible craftsmanship and instruments of heirloom quality and unparalleled beauty. Head to BespokeBagpipes.com to learn more about their innovations like the new Elevation Chanter, which features a lower-pitched richness inspired by the classic top hand of older chanters and sustainable solutions like the Revelation Bagpipe, a Delrin instrument featuring bores lined with a cellulose polymer sleeve giving you the structural benefits of a Delrin instrument while maintaining a refined wood-like sound. Check out MacLellan Bagpipes' diverse line of instruments and learn more about their restoration work on vintage bagpipes by visiting their website at BespokeBagpipes.com. MacLellan Bagpipes, born in Scotland, made in the USA. So the East of the Southern Branch, Fusco. Are you?
Did you throw this to me? I know no.
No.
I have known nothing.
I want
about
to
it.
talk to you about this. Are you a fan of old people fighting on Facebook as much as I am?
Yes,
Because I find it infinitely entertaining.
it's fascinating.
Like, you know how you remember like when reality TV first came out when I
Yes.
was like 5 years old.
original
You weren't even
MTV
5, I don't
Cribs.
think, sweetie.
Remember the original MTV?
No, it wasn't Cribs. It was
early-
Real
mid-nineties?
World.
Real World. Sorry, you're right. Real World.
'Cause
Also,
I'm
you're not going
old.
to want to rest too much weight on that. Trust me,
No.
because it'll just fall.
It
Real
was
World was amazing. That was like the start of the downfall of America.
So that's like the way that I look at Facebook now. And everyone knows I'm pretty anti-Facebook, except for like the fact that I still use it for marketing purposes for the different
marketing is-
for the different organizations I am a part of or run.
But fuck Zuckerberg.
Hey, fuck him, cunt. Popular dude. If someone writes into the show about us saying Mark Zuckerberg's a cunt, I'll be amazed. I think that's a universally accepted opinion.
Everybody knows that.
don't think that's going to be an issue.
That guy's like an alien.
But yeah. So I am just so excited because like members of the pipe band community are kind of like technologically ill-advanced curmudgeonly fucks by default, especially if you're over, let's say, 40. Yeah, that includes you, but you've been trained, so it's different.
Fair enough.
And I fucking love the Facebook groups and the Facebook pages that I've been invited to be a part of or just spectate within the pipe band community, because never have I ever seen more people in their 60s arguing in a comment section over shit nobody cares about than in some of these groups. And it is fucking endless, vile, pure entertainment.
Really, you think it's that? Well, I mean, I don't even know what you're
so
reading, so
It's so great.
Usually, I don't get that much entertainment. on Facebook.
But the thing that I love is there's always this like pretense. I don't even know where to start with this. I love it because it's approached very conversationally at first, and then it's a series of comment replies saying I didn't say the thing that if you scroll up two clicks,
what
I
is the big
definitely-
argument? Like,
there's no
give me
argument.
an example of what somebody could be
my
that
God.
pissed off about.
There's no argument, but there is just great fucking content.
I mean, well, besides political bullshit, which nobody should be arguing about.
So
on social
let's
media,
and granted,
what are they arguing
I will
about?
say this, by the way, the East West Southern Branch has
I
new.
see what the okay.
The East West Southern Branch has new leadership, and I do appreciate the new graphic. I think it's cool. I mean, it's a little weird with the curvy thingy, but I don't hate it.
It's a branch.
So here's how a post devolves in this cesspit, right? So you get someone like our good friend Mike.
Mike who?
Mikey and Easy.
Oh, okay.
He's like, hey, just want to give you a quick update. We're doing a monthly calendar. We have a handoff meeting. We're going to brainstorm on virtual content. We're building out the Diverse Branch Council, and we look forward to sharing more with you soon. Mike, Andrew, Kenny, all homies.
Fair enough.
First fucking comment begins with, I have stated it before, and I will respectfully state it again. All official communications should be done by email, not Facebook. If you go to the USB page, you have to agree to make sure you get everything by, I'm paraphrasing, you get everything by email and blah, 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 blah. Like, that's a comment on like, hey guys, here's a quick update on what we're up to. Let me.
Right. Who's to say that he didn't?
There are
send an
9
email?
replies to that comment.
Oh my god.
Each one has a see more button. So let's just scroll down.
Everybody's got way too much fucking time on their hands.
Exactly.
That's the issue.
Like, we'll scroll down to the point
These
where
are
like,
first world
please,
problems, people.
please don't
Right?
suggest my words, thoughts, or interpretation of actually role are different from what I stated. I never said Facebook was inappropriate. I did state. I mean, this is a fucking novel, right? So this will go on, and people will make ignorant curmudgeon comments. Meanwhile, there are some who are reading like, guys, this is pure pipe band drama, like mainline. I don't know how I got invited to this group, but everyone should request an invite just for the fucking comments.
I don't.
Yeah,
need to
you
fucking
need
This
to-
is a group.
shit.
This is a group where you will post like, "Hey guys, the AGM will be Tuesday, September 17th at 9 p.m." and people will like
Are
get into
you
an argument.
racist against the 21st?
They're like, I have never in my life commented on this post that you're an ignoramus for putting it in September, and then like you just scroll up and like, no, like here's the highlight thing. Like,
Listen, the simple answer is this. Kelly, you ready
Shut
for
the
this?
fuck up. is what the
People
simple
are
answer is.
assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
people are bored.
I'm
Bored.
telling you, everybody's got too
First
much
world
time on
problems. These are first world problems, people. Like, you're being cunts. You're a bunch
I would
of
just say
cunts.
that if you are in the piping community, I would highly recommend, if you're bored and need some entertainment,
Take a lesson.
get some
Come to
popcorn.
thechanterrant.com.
Get some, get some popcorn. Go to the fucking Youth with Southern Branch Facebook group and just like sit back.
Oh my God.
It is
these
so
motherfuckers-
entertaining.
The Southern Branch.
Now, there's only one man in all of piping and drumming
Joe Brady.
that can
Bring us all
illuminate.
together. The Grand Peabon of all Peabons.
Oh no! Only one man that can
President of all
illuminate
presidents.
what it is like to try to participate and administrate that incredibly toxic Facebook group. And his name is William Augustus Victoria Cottle.
What?
And I, as my charge to my Chanter Rant audience, I am going to get this man on the show.
We are bringing Bill Cottle onto this motherfucking
We
show.
are getting him on because I have to know, because he dealt with that shit for years.
Bill Cottle.
He ran that group. He had to deal with all these crazy fucking folks for years.
He has dealt with the worst of the worst. This is a man.
I have to know his secret.
Was it what?
I want to know his secret too.
You would think it would get better though, not worse. Is it getting worse again?
I don't know. I
don't know.
I think it's a handoff. Like, you can if you're holding a turd and you hand it off to someone else, they're still holding a turd,
Still a
right?
fucking
Like,
turd.
It's still a turd. So
Might be an older, crispier turd, but
I
it's still
think
a turd.
this. I think
I have to know.
I want to know what
Bill
Cottle thinks
for
of
all
all
the
of
shit
this.
for all the shit that we've seen publicly. I guarantee he had to deal with 100 times that
Oh my god.
off the books. You know
Listen.
what I mean?
Everybody knows I suck Joe Brady's dick.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Right?
we both do. How do you think I got my free pipes?
Yeah. But what I want to know is the opposite end of that
But
coin.
the question
The
is,
other side
did
of that
you
coin is
grab
Bill
his
Cottle.
balls properly while you were
Apparently
doing it?
not.
Joe Brady did not grab my balls properly. But Bill Cottle might. And that's what I want to know.
No, dude. We got to get him on. We have reached out. This is in progress.
It's
I
in
just
progress.
want the
Can
audience
you
to know.
imagine how great it'll be when Bill Cottle comes on this
I'm
show?
so excited. I have to
And
know.
he just rips me apart for being a dick.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm a dick.
I don't
We all
know
get it.
if That's gonna
But
happen.
I have to know what that man had to deal with managing that group after spectating it for only a couple months. I have to know. Because holy shit, I can only imagine.
Well, now that he's the president of
Shit,
something,
he's still pretty high up. He's VP now, so he may not
he's VP of the.
He may
Southern
not
branch
totally
of
dish.
USLA or something.
he may not totally dish, but he could give us a little.
But he can. I mean, he can talk about the struggles of being in charge of an organization. Like we all know, we've been in charge of shit. Josh has been in charge of shit. Kelly's been in charge of shit. I've been in charge of shit. Like it sucks. Like you got to get people to do things and to do it for no reason, like other than their own ego, motivation, whatever.
You have to find their motivation to do what you want them to do.
Yeah, I mean, they constantly
I
motivated me to
guarantee
do
you-
a bunch of free work because my ego was involved. Everyone knows that's an easy one for me.
I
Always.
guarantee you, Bill Cottle's
100%.
dealing with the same thing. Like we, you know,
I love your ego. It gets you
we're
pumped.
notoriously enemies with Bill Cottle,
Well, I never considered an enemy. I
but
just
it
thought,
doesn't have to be.
I never considered an enemy. We had a dust up.
I'm sure that
I've had
he's
more-
dealing with similar issues that we're dealing with.
The way that I
Sure.
would put it, is I have had more fights with you since the beginning of this podcast than I have with Bill Cottle.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh my God. You two are like two old ladies.
Fuck off, Kelly. Fuck you.
Oh, you
Kelly,
guys
you're a
fucking
fucking cunt.
fight. Yes, I am.
Two old ladies with two super average sized dicks.
Grab my
Yo.
balls, Kelly.
I'm not grabbing your balls. But you two fight like cats and
Oh
dogs.
my God, do we
It's
ever.
Fucking ridiculous.
Like-
The shit I have heard about, I don't want to hear it.
Like it's not.
And
a
you
joke.
guys are hysterical and you work great together and you fucking mesh together. But man, when you fight, ugh.
Dude, it's
Christ.
so funny when we fight. It's like, God damn it, dude. I just want you to be better. It's not like I'm not judging you.
We're not going to
I
go
just
down
want
this
it to be
rabbit hole
better.
right now. I just think it's funny.
Well, I feel like every time it's the same. Like no matter who's delivering that speech, it's the same
It's
speech.
the same speech.
It really.
It's like I just like we just have
Guys,
those-
it's always, there's no ice in there.
we
kiddo.
trade off the moments, and we're just like, I just need you to be better at your fucking job.
Yeah, I know. You guys are hysterical.
very often.
But
now
I
it's
will
like,
get more ice if
Well,
I possibly can. If we're even.
we
What
possibly
time
can.
is it for the
we
love
are
of God?
we are actually getting towards the end of the episode.
Holy.
We haven't even
Moly.
begun to get to. Oh my God! Insert MacLellan ad here.
We already did that.
Do we do the dojo ad?
Yes.
Yes.
We did everything.
We'll bring Andy up to speed here in a minute.
With that in mind,
Kelly, fuck you.
Fuck you too, Andy.
with that in mind, I'm gonna go around the table, starting with Andrew, and then going to me, and then ending with Sheehan. Final thoughts.
I don't even actually know what our topic was, so I don't know what to go on.
That's kind of a
about.
grab bag. We talked about a lot of stuff.
Final thoughts are this.
Great, Kelly. No. No. Oh wait, no, I was next.
You were next.
Josh, go.
I'm just very excited. After a long pandemic, to be able to have people back in the studio. We took a lot of precautions, obviously, but we're getting there. It bodes well, I think, and I'm happy that everything mostly worked, which really was my main concern for the day.
It was nice to have Kelly here. We had our Mormon last week. We had our Mormon kids last week.
That's true, yeah.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, we had the Mormon couple that just won't. I think just recently discovered sex and won't stop talking about it. So that episode's coming out soon.
Someday, I can't wait to have Graham live in the studio because that guy is a fucking lunatic.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Although I'm gonna have to reinforce the chairs because he's fat.
He's a big fat boy.
But yeah, no, I'm just very excited to do the show. I'm glad everything worked. We'll hang out for a bit after the official recording to talk to some people in the chat. Did a little bit of hang. Fusco's blacked out, so that should be interesting. But I do have to end like official recording stuff right after we get final thoughts from Miss Sheehan.
Okay, well, the thoughts and opinions of the Chanter Rant podcast are not those of Kelly Sheehan. To be officially disconnected from this entire podcast, especially the kids with cancer comments and WNBA comments.
Oh, okay.
No, so, but this has been great. I have missed you guys so much. This is so much fun.
We should do Kelly Sheehan, MLK. One question I had when I was in the bathroom earlier was like, what does MLK stand for? Because I cannot remember for the
Jesus
life
Christ,
of me
really?
what MLK. I
you
know
not?
it's Kelly, but what is ML?
It was Meatloaf Kelly.
Come on.
Back in the Fast Eddie days.
I thought we were trying to
The Fast Eddie days that I'm still not
promote.
convinced.
I thought we were trying to promote Black awareness.
No.
Martin Luther King.
We already talked about the.
Would you ease
the
up
Black
on this
History
edit
Month
process there,
situation.
bud?
Right? Yeah, you're killing me, bro. Don't do that.
MLK is Martin Luther King. There's no doubt.
Yes. Well, so anyway,
Meatloaf
what am I
Kelly.
going to do with this guy? Somebody,
Meatloaf Kelly.
ladies, I implore you, somebody come and grab Andy's balls and put him in his place. After you're done, put him in a jar on a fucking kitchen counter somewhere.
That sounded suspiciously like the Council of Vaginas.
I don't usually condone that sort of behavior, putting a guy's balls in a jar. It's not my particular opinion that you should do that, but his quite possibly needs to happen. No, this is great fun, even though we didn't have a topic. I was all prepared to talk about entertainment coming back in Las Vegas and all of this stuff, like actual legit.
Let's save that for 6 weeks from now.
And I
when
ended up,
actually entertainment's
oh
coming
my
back.
God, I hope so.
Maybe 6 months. Who knows?
I ended up screaming at Fusco about, Asia Wilson, which is kind of hysterical. So, okay, there you go.
I'm sure she's a very poor athlete.
Well,
I don't know who she is, but
We need to just stop talking.
On that note, I'm going to go ahead and play us out.
I don't blame you.